Welcome back to So This is Thailand and Expert Advice. You know, we talk a lot about pets on here because they're so important with our lives. But I know we actually haven't covered some of the questions today, and one of them is kind of a myth busting, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to like this part.
This is going to be good. So with us today is our resident expert for everything pet related, and that is Associate Professor Dr. Nantarika Jansu, who is the, faculty at the Veterinary Science Department at Chulalongkorn University. And also representing the Veterinary Practitioner Association of Thailand, or VPAT.
Yes, very good.
All right.
You got it finally.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for joining us again. You know, we always have so many questions that we need to ask you. And myth busting, I guess, starting off.
Oh yeah, we're going to start with myth busting. So, this is something I've always wondered, because people treat animals as if they're a second member of the family. So what if your pet gets a cold and you get the idea that, oh, you can just half the dose of whatever it is I would give myself and then give it to the pet?
Yes, I can tell you that this is very, very common, and I'm so happy you bring this up because of the love that they have for their pet. And I think this is the best treatment, is to treat them as if they are a human,
Right.
but they're not. So when we calculate the medicine for animals, we calculate by the weight. So if you think of your little puppy or a little dog, maybe 5-10 kilograms, and you're giving half the dosage of, say, you, who is maybe, I wouldn't say. more than that, right? So I would say that it will be at least 5 or 10 times more than what they need.
Okay.
Even if that's a drug that is allowable in animals. But it gets worse if, for example, for a cat, if you think, oh, he has a cold with a runny nose, and giving paracetamol, which is a common drug that we use every day, and the cats are allergic. They're not, they're not meant to have paracetamol. It can kill them. So even though less than half the dose, you might be harming your own animal. So it is a very, very bad idea to do this.
Is this just based on body weight, or are their kind of internal organs kind of designed differently as well?
Both, because there's we call it species specific. Just like for turtles and tortoises, if you give a drug called ivermectin, which is the drug that you use for dogs to get rid of some worm or even menges, it will kill the turtles. So I think that's why we have veterinarians.
Well, even looking outside of, let's say, prescription medication, I know, we're all sitting down at the table enjoying a nice meal at night. Give the scraps of food, maybe a little sip of whatever drink I'm having. Could be beer, could be anything.
Right.
We love doing that. The dog or cats enjoy eating it, but not necessarily a good thing as well.
Of course, it is just like chocolate. A lot of people like to give, like chocolate is good, and sometimes they like it too, but this is harmful for their liver, for their body. And many times people have misconception about the animals, and because we call it humanized animal, is trying to make animals human. For example, I have a case of a soft-shell turtle that has never touched the water because the owner loves it so much, so brought him to bed every day. And in the morning we'll bring him out, and then put little soft toothbrush, and give a shower.
Oh my goodness.
And the animal's like,
I'm drying out like a prune.
So and it becomes very unhealthy for them, and finally they will get so stressed out and get some diseases anyway. Or even when you're trying to make a dog warm by wearing like some clothing on the dog. Actually, if we think about the dogs in the North Pole or whatever, pulling sled, you've never seen a shirt on them, right?
Yeah.
You know why? Because actually the system in the dogs is having fur, is that the insulation of the the air in between the hair shaft will keep them warm.
That's
just like our thermos.
Oh, that's why they're so fluffy and so much hair.
Right. So if you put some clothes on and make them like, being so slim like this, they cannot withstand cold. So
What about collars? I know sometimes you'll see, at least identification collars, sometimes you'll see people even put bandanas or other little cute things. How tight should a collar be for an animal?
think about ourselves. At least you should be able to put 2 fingers in it. And you have to be careful because sometimes this little diamond or whatever thing drops out and the animals eat it. So maybe if you love someone or some animals, you would want to love them the way they are.
Yeah.
So don't try to make them human.
It's true that you can actually love something too much.
Too much.
Yes.
Right.
So my next question is, since we're talking about kind of humanizing animals, right? And people like to feed them things off the table. I'm going to talk about dogs and cats, just because they're the things that are kind of closest to the dining table, if you like.
Right.
What are some of the things that you absolutely should not give dog and cat?
So many things that you should not give them, but you might want to be careful about the contaminated food with pesticide, with preservatives that sometimes we eat and we think it's okay, but for animals they have no choice. So we better be careful. And like chili, really hot stuff, things that stimulates. People try to give like Red Bulls or things like to activate the animals. Those have very high caffeine. And it could be dangerous to the animals. I would say that maybe we have to think about what to give the animals than what not to give.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we also already know the nature of the animals. And so just be natural.
I think we've covered enough today. I know everyone at home is probably like, ooh, that's a lot of information to digest. We most certainly will have you back, though, because the questions do not end. But thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Don't go away, though, because we have plenty more coming up on So This Is Thailand.
Now next to me, of course, that's Kun Supit from TAT, Southern Office.
Region 5.
Yeah, Region 5. Oh, that's very nice. Today we will cover the story of one community that they have been working so hard to solve the problem of environment and
Yes.
ecotourism.
That's right.
So what's the name of the community?
We call here Ban Lilit. This means a shortcut canal. In this community, Ban Lilit, there are 1,500 families to live around in Ban Lilit in Phun Phin district. Location of this community is near the mangrove forest. They have a good activity for tourists and who love to traveling for ecotourism, such as a sailing trip to see the mangrove forest. Do you know, 3 years ago, they have a lot of problem of the environment.
I see garbage and illegal fishing.
Yes.
And now what happens?
So after they joining hands together, so they have a half of the green, natural green area.
Oh, good. And tonight is exciting because we are going to stay in a homestay.
Yes.
And my home tonight look like this. You can see. Oh, that's so lovely. Luxury.
Very nice
Five-star
house.
hotel. Very nice house. And they are friendly here. This is one of the activities that the community can offer us. Cruising on Tatis River, and we just say hello to the fishermen in the morning, and look what they've got.
Got a fresh seafood.
Oh, fresh seafood here.
And you know,
Yeah.
the guy, after 3 years, they're joining hands together to solve the environmental problem. So right now, it's a very easily of the fresh seafood to catch them.
Look at this. Wow.
This
Big
is-
one.
Yeah, very big one. This is a white crab from the sea.
Oh, and they got it in this community.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
what kind of fish here?
We call this sea catfish.
Oh, so you catch around this area?
They catch from this abandon in the sea.